Hello class, in this video we are actually going to start drawing, but just start this project here. Your ultimate goal, will take us several videos to get through, is to create this drawing as is, as identical to what you see on the screen. As I said in the last video, you'll also have to download this PDF, which actually shows you the dimensions to draw the house, but we're not asking for dimensions in this assignment, though I will keep referring back to this, and you will have to too to be able to draw. So in the previous video, I started an AutoCAD file, did a couple tweaks of things that you need to do to get ready. I think it's always best to start a floor plan with the exterior walls, so that's how I'm going to start. And so the first thing I'm going to do is come to my layers box, and these are preloaded into your template once you download, and I'm going to select a wall as the layer that you should draw on, because drawing on the correct layer is very, very important. I'm sure we'll cover the reasons why in lecture. And I like to start with the exterior, sort of get all the exterior together, and then work on the interior walls, and then the rest of the details from there. And when I do exterior walls, I'm not even going to worry about windows and doors at this point. I'm going to draw the solid walls. We'll come back and fill in that detail later. And so I'm going to start by probably maybe drawing the exterior just overall, so I can see the overall building is 36.2 across. I'm sure you can't read that on the video, but you have access to the the PDFs yourself. So it's 36.2 across and 37.1 down. So I'm going to go to line. I'm going to go back to AutoCAD and hit line. I'm going to draw a line straight across and go 36 foot 2, and that will be 36 foot 2 inches. There's lots of ways of writing that, but that's one way of doing it. And we can see in this case we're so far zoomed out, so I'm going to push up on my scroll wheel just to zoom in a little bit, and then pan by pushing the center scroll wheel to pan over a little bit, and then I can come down 37.1, which is the overall dimensions, this way. And then I can come back over, and I can either type in the dimension again, or I can hover over this point here and pull straight down when I see the little green line that way, and when I see the little green line also going the other way, I know it's perfectly straight across, and I've drawn the exterior boundaries of that building. And I pull this back across, we can see that's all the way from over here to over here and down, but really we see the house sort of goes in and out, so we'll have to take care of those things by doing lines and offsets and erasing. The great thing about AutoCAD is one of the things you do is you set up a lot of lines sometimes just to erase them in a later step. So one thing I notice is this little corner is 3'4" across and 2 foot down. So I'm gonna do that little notch first, and so I can go to offset and go 3'4". Click on this wall and push that way, and then I'm going to go offset again, and you could type O, which is typically what I would do, but I'm hitting the button just in case you can't find it. So hit offset and then do 2 foot, enter, click this line and pull down, and then I'm going to run fillet. So I'm going to hit fillet. By default your fillet should be at 0 right here. If it's not, do R, enter, and then type 0 to set it to 0, because when I can do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this little top of the line here and that line over here. Then I'm going to hit enter to restart fillet. I'm going to hit that line and that line to make that corner, and I'm going to hit enter again to start fillet and hit this line and this line to create this little notched out corner, which again is this little notched out corner right here. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for this one. This one's a little bigger, but it's still the same concept. So it's 10.8 by 4.6. So I'll pan over to the other side of my building. I'm going to go to offset 10 foot 6, enter. Pull it in that way. That's across. And I'm going to offset again. I can hit enter, and this time I want to do 4'6". 4'6". I might have said 4'0" last time, but it's 4'6". So I got the same thing, and I'm going to go ahead and do all these same fillets. Click, click, enter for fillet, click, click, enter for fillet, click, click. And I've got that back segment of wall. And I actually got the same sort of things on the front two sides. If we look closely, the exterior wall comes down here where my cursor is and across and down. This out here is porch, and we'll do the porch later. So really what I'm most interested in is what this dimension is, 10.8 right here, because it's specifying how far across that is. And then this one here from this corner to this corner, which is 13.10. And actually I just noticed the overall that I drew was the porch. I did not realize that. So I'm going to have to start to take care of the porch right now in reality. So really, this wall here is 6 foot up from the front of the porch. So I'll go ahead and offset that first. So I'm going to go to offset, 6 foot, enter. This is the edge of the porch. Now this is the edge of the front of the house. And I can leave these lines here because I'll come back and do the porch later, or I could delete them as the case might be. It doesn't matter at this point. And now I'll do those from this line and this line. I will do those other dimensions. So I'm going to go to offset, and it's 1310. 13 foot 10, enter, from the secondary line up. And it is 10.8 over, which is the same as this. So I could do offset, and instead of writing 10.8, I can just click here and click there using my object snaps to make it 10.8, and we can see it's lining up perfectly, right? So I'm going to run fillets again. Do the same thing, fillet here, here, enter to start fillet here. Oh, I missed that click, but it's okay. Click here and here. Push enter again to click here and here. Again, this is my porch line. And I've got one more cutout section to do there, which is this cutout, and it is 910 by 3.4. Again, 3.4 is the same as on the top side. So I can go offset 9 foot 10, enter, and it's from this front wall line. And then offset 3.4, which is this dimension, so I can click here and here to set it to 3.4 or type it in. But anyway, I want to offset that wall, hit enter. Use fillet. I hit offset there for a second. Again, I'm not perfect. And I'm doing this the slow way too. In some ways, you can sort of like run, AutoCAD's like running on a balance beam. The faster you go, sometimes the easier it is to not make a mistake. And you will get there. Again, it takes practice. It takes practice to get there. So there we go. There's the exterior of this house with the front porch defined right there. Now once we have those exterior walls, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to offset all these walls the appropriate thickness. In this house, all the exterior walls are all the same. And so I'll just offset them and do some fillet, and we'll be done with the exterior walls. Now, I don't think the PDF actually says the wall thicknesses everywhere, but I believe in the assignment it says the exterior walls are 8.5 inches. So I'll go to offset, do 8.5, which is the same as 8.5, and hit enter. And I'm just going to select every one of these walls and click on it and pull my cursor to the inside and click again to offset these guys to the inside. So click, pull, click, click, pull, click, so on and so forth. And as you see this, you see the corners aren't quite right on any of these, but we'll do that in the next step here. Click, pull, click, click, pull, click. And last one, even this little guy needs to be clicked and pulled and clicked, and I'll hit enter to end the command. And now I'll go to fillet. So I'll go to fillet, and I'm just going to, every single corner, I have to click both sides, the piece of the line that I want to keep, and I'll hit enter to start it again to make the corners all nice and clean. Go all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. So I'm hitting enter every time I do a corner to start fillet again to get this all nice and clean. Now this is the boring part for you people watching the video because you can probably manage it by then. But there we go. So there's my exterior walls all ready to go. The next video will be interior walls, and I might as well get started with the next video.